quick check-in from cities and suburbs. How you guys doing tonight? April 19th, which would have been this the Boston Marathon, um, coupled with an 11 o'clock Red Sox game, which did happen today, which the Red Sox, these guys, I like the Red Sox this year. Okay, I have no problem, you know, not paying $400 million to someone to play one position for 10 years. That gets old. These contracts, Mookie Betts, Trout out there, and Mike Trout out in there. He's the greatest player. He's never going to win a ring. I'm a baseball purist again. I don't care how much money you make. That does not make you a great player. Okay, that makes you a great ticket seller, a merchandise person that, could sell their Mookie shirts. Benintendi right now, Andrew Benintendi, kind of a flash in the pan. It reminds me of this guy we had at third base a couple of years ago. Actually, more than a couple of years ago, but we have these flash in the pans, and they win World Series with us, and obviously. But Andrew Benintendi right now is playing for the Kansas City Royals, and he's still, he's hitting a solid 160, I think, somewhere around there. Mookie Betts signed for $400 million for a 10-year contract right behind Mike Trout of the California Angels, who will never win a World Series, by the way. This guy will never wear a ring. He'll be the Dan Marino, all right? And he's going to sell a lot of tickets out there, but they're never going to do it. I think the Angels did win the World Series when John Mackey was traded or released, and Angels picked him up for $500,000, and he ended up wearing another ring. But nonetheless, I loved the lineup this year. I think it was smart of the Red Sox and Shane Bloom to play Moneyball this year. Our familiar faces, Xander Bogaerts, Christian Vasquez, we're all Nathan Eovaldi. Haven't seen much of Mr. Deadarm, Chris Sale. They should just release him, by the way. Just move on. But it's so great. The Red Sox today. So we played at 11 o'clock, as we should have. And again, it's Patriots Day. It's a big day, 6 years since the Boston Marathon tragedy, which took the lives of 6 people and one little guy that would be 11, 12 years old right now, and I cannot, that's so gut-wrenching for me. And I'm so mad about that. That being said, this was the day that the British are coming. The British are coming. It was not the British are coming. It was the regulars. Okay? So it's a COVID update. Everybody today is eligible to get their shot, which they should have been eligible to get their vaccination as soon as it was rolled out. It should not have anything to do with age, comorbidity, all this crap. All right? And now we're hearing the J&J jab is making people sick. Man, God. But how do you feel about it? I mean, if you're up next, I would say just, go and get a vaccination. And, we're going to see in a couple of years, there's so many factoids out there right now about, this coronavirus and the influenza virus and, how this all is going to interact. And our immune system is, an autoimmune system is always fighting things back. How does that fit into this in the long run? And, all these vaccines, are they compromising our autoimmune system? And what does it really mean to have a herd immunity? Herd immunity, by the way, is not scientific. It happens. Like the flu, like allergies, that kind of thing. So again, the Red Sox were awesome today. I just love watching the new team. Maybe it is because of last year's stupid 60-game schedule and the stupid World Series win by the Los Angeles Dodgers, by the way. You can have Mookie. Good luck with that. All right. By the way, in 5 or 6 years, when he starts hitting 268, leaving runners on base, kick, and he can't be a good leadoff hitter anymore. All right. I hope you sold enough tickets to compromise for that in those 5 years. But this trial today, I was watching the prosecutors and the defense and the Derek Chauvin trial. The former police officer, lieutenant, 3 counts, manslaughter, murder in this degree, that degree. I mean, I watched this, these 2 lawyers, and Mr. Shelvin certainly has every right, presumed innocent until proven guilty. We forget that in this country, by the way. We shoot. I'm not advocating one way or the other, but if it were you, would you want a fair trial, a fair judgment, and anything you do, a chance to, people to hear your say? Of course you would, and that's what that's where the United States is a little bit different than a lot of other countries, a lot of other places. Everybody has their day. Does the evidence and the prosecution is heavy? They're putting everything on this thing. I saw four prosecuting, a couple of prosecuting attorneys and their support system behind them. Derek Chauvin, the former Minneapolis police officer, accused in the death of George Floyd, and his attorney, Mr. Nelson. They're overwhelmed. The evidence is overwhelming. It's just overwhelming. It's a stretch, and that's not saying I mean, if you want to look at, who's the better team, who's going to win the Super Bowl? I've been wrong on both accounts, though. And it's not a game. It's about reasonable doubt, unreasonable doubt, qualified officers, qualified medical evidence. This lung collapse is the tailpipe. I mean, there's so much information that I'll tell you, if I was called into this case, which I have to say, I am a registered voter, and I have never been called to jury duty. So bring it on. Bring it on. I'm ready, man. Because I'd be the most fairest, impartial dude you'd ever have. All right? White, black, I don't care. I don't care. Fair is fair. The law is the law. And white or black, whether you're blue, I'm black, I don't care. Man, I get police people. I get police. A couple of times people pulled me over. Police pulled me over. They let me go shaking my hand. Let's just put it that way. So there's this reputation of the police and law enforcement across the country that does not apply to this case. Was the intent of former officer Derek Chauvin, was it murder? Or was it not? Okay. I saw the defense through all these things in there, prosecution. I mean, if I am on this jury, and someone dies in your hands, there has to be some time paid to that. There just has to be. So there's no way that Derek Chauvin, in my mind, is just going to walk away from this. And does the court and jurors have in mind the precept that if we make the wrong decision, we're going to have the LA riots all over again? Question mark? I mean, it's a huge responsibility. Again, I'm open, man. Give me a call. I'm not accusing anybody. I weigh all the evidence, and it's a very unpopular decision for these jurors to make in the Derek Chauvin trial. Former officer of Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're also talking about two lives here. We're talking about his life, respecting the life of the deceased. Verdict, truth, right? It's a Latin word. All right, verdict means truth. And anyway, guys, how do you feel about it? Comment down below. Don't leave me out here alone. All right, because you're feeling the same way I am. I want justice, and also too, I don't want to accuse anybody without having their fair due. Social media is very accusing. Oh yeah, I see it right there. I see it. Well, did you see it from this angle? That's what the prosecution has to prove his guilt, okay? And the defense guilt. So anyway, let's just say either way it turns out, it's up to our social responsibility to handle whatever the court of law renders as a decision. We have to accept that, and we should accept that. Otherwise, why have a court at all? All right, guys. You guys, I will see you on the morrow, if you will. And just to say that the COVID-19 cases in Massachusetts are kind of stabilizing. Again, everybody should try to get a vaccine. But we're still at 17,135 confirmed deaths in total in Massachusetts. There were 18 new confirmed deaths. And this is between April 18th and 19th. So it's still out there, variant this, variant that, double down. All right, I doubled down on my vaccine, and I felt great after that. I didn't want to get too cocky either because, there's still a few ways to get out of this, and one of those is to do your own thing. Okay, let's double down on what we've been doing. All right, and well, anyway, guys, see you next time. Kenny B here on Season 7. All right, take care. Good night.